Good morning. Today is July 14th. This is our 2023 challenge. We have been doing a walk challenge all month where we are doing 2 miles every day walking. If you can't do all 2 miles at one time, it's fine to do a mile in the morning, mile in the evening, however you want to work that out. But I have been encouraging everybody to try and walk a little further if you can't do the 2 miles all at one time, so that each time you go out you get a little bit further than a mile, and hopefully by the end of the month, or well before the end of the month maybe, you'll be able to walk all 2 miles at one time. We are also doing a wall sit challenge, and I have beginner, intermediate, and expert levels, so the time that you hold the wall sit is different for each level. But today, thank goodness, is a rest day from the wall sit, so I will be going out getting my walk done. But in place of the wall sit, in case you aren't doing the walk challenge and we're doing the wall sit, I still wanted to give something in place of the rest day so that you're still being active every day. And so we're just going to do stretching today for a few minutes. And I know that that is something my legs really appreciate when I stretch. And I've been really bad about that. Even as a runner, I don't always take the time to stretch. So this year, doing this 2023 challenge, I've realized how important it is to take time to stretch. So I am getting back into, let's do some stretches. That's a good rest day activity. And I know with the quads being on fire during the wall sit, that quads really appreciate a good stretch. So the first one I'm going to do is for the shoulders. You'll feel it across your shoulders, and it will also get your hamstrings. So if you have a doorway that you can do this in, that's what I'm doing. You just put your hands on either side of the doorway, and you're going to lean in until you feel the stretch. You don't need to go real far before you feel that stretch. But I add in the calf, sorry, I kept wanting to say quads or hamstrings, by just putting one foot through the door, the other foot back, keeping your heel down, then your hands come up and you just lean in. I have that front knee bent a little so that the knee does not go past the toes. If you can go further, then just put that foot a little bit further in, so that that knee does not cross your toe. But you will feel the calf stretch with this foot at the back, that you're keeping your heel down and the leg is straight back there. So I really feel the calf getting a good stretch, and I feel the shoulders getting stretched by leaning in and holding onto that door. So we're just going to hold the pose for a little bit. I often will say, hold for at least 10 seconds, and then if you feel your muscle ease, then you can go a little further. But we don't want to bounce when we're doing stretches. Some people have a habit of trying to stretch and go further, but they're doing more of a bounce, and you don't want to do that. If you need to just hold, that is fine as well. I know with my hamstrings especially, and that I did say correctly, the hamstring, and we just switched, so now it's my left foot forward and my right is getting the calf stretch. My shoulders are still being stretched. But yes, my hamstrings are very tight, and so when I do those stretches, I do try to go further as I feel them release. And anytime you're doing a stretch, like this one, my calves feel very tight right now, so it's a bit painful where I'm stretching, and so I often will hold that until it eases, because then that kind of is a good indicator that your muscle has relaxed and has appreciated the stretch. We're now going to do low back and also quads. But right now this is for the low back. I call this one the Superman pose, because if you're going to lift your arms and your feet, legs up off. So it kind of looks like you're flying. So stretch your arms out, legs are stretched. Lift both up. And healthy, so that's giving you low back. Okay, you can lower that. And reach back for your ankles. And that is a good, sorry about that, stretch for your quads, because as you're pulling your feet towards you, kind of think you're getting your back too, but definitely can feel this in your quads if you're pulling those feet. And I often will lift up a little too, and that definitely will get you feeling your quads. My knees are up off the floor, so you're stretching the quads at both places because you're pulling up and holding. Okay, rest that down. And you're going to come up. You're going to, this will also be for, lean back onto, oh yeah, that is good. So you're kind of sat back onto your heels. And you're reaching forward with your hands. There. And then we're going to come back down onto the ground. Having your hands right next to you, and your legs will stay on the ground. You just straight. Have your back nice and arched. So this is, again, stretching for your low back. Going to have one for our hips. So you're going to come up, put one foot forward, the other you're going to keep there, and you're just going to shift your weight forward. You want to tighten your back side up before you do this shift, then you'll really feel in your hip. Shift back. You're going to change your other foot up now. So this is my left. You do whatever side you wanted to do. Tighten your back side up, shift your weight forward. And again, now feel it in your hip. Shift back. Another one for the hip is more of a runner's pose. So in this one, you can come up. My left leg is behind me. I usually keep my heel down because that helps to get the stretch on the calf. And you can reach down. So because you're stretched this back leg out, you're getting your hip as well as the calf, if you can keep that heel pressing down at the back. Even if it comes up a little, I can still feel the calf being stretched. Switch. So bring your other leg forward. And I just kind of pushed back so that I was getting my heel back down. If you feel like you need to pull that front foot back a little bit to help you achieve both stretches for the calf as well as your hip, that is fine. Then we're going to come down. We'll get our hamstrings and our inner thighs. That's the last two things. So for hamstrings, which are the back of your legs, straight legs, reach towards your toes. Try to keep your knees down. If you can't reach your toes, that's fine, as your hamstrings loosen and get those stretched. A lot of times you can go further. This is a good one for holding for a while and seeing every couple seconds, trying to get a little bit further, a little bit lower. Up. Now if you want to straighten your legs, have them nice and wide, this will get your inner thighs as we just lean forward. You can put your hands down and just lean forward. Keep your toes pointed up. You will feel this in your thighs, so just lean down as far as you can, and again holding where you feel the stretch. And if you feel it loosen, then you can try going a little bit lower. For the inner thighs, bring your feet together and trying to get your knees down to the floor as far as you can. And again, I'm actively using my muscles to push the knees toward the floor. And because I am tighter there, I can definitely feel the stretch through here. You can also lean into it, which is also going to, you'll feel it here, and it will also stretch the low back. Because you're not actively working the knees, just sitting this way and leaning forward will stretch your low back. Usually when I'm working on the inner thighs though, I try to sit straight up like this. But I did want to show that the same position can be used where you do this, and I still will feel it in my inner thighs, but it also helps to stretch your low back by stretching down in there. And then the last one for our hamstrings, I have my left leg out. Again, whatever side you want to do first is fine with you. Right foot is against, and you lift your foot. Okay, let's do the other side and then we're done. So, right leg is straight out now. And that is our stretching for today. So, hope you get in your 2-mile walk and did your stretching for today. We will see you tomorrow where we will do our wall sit again. And I hope you stay active. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.